Hey everyone, it's Joelle from Nevertheless She Budgeted, and I am beginning my October monthly budget. So I am on the Every Dollar app right now. As you can see, this is the Dave Ramsey app website, and this is probably the format that I'm going to be using from now on. So I'm just going to get right into it. This is my September budget from this month, and it's showing like all of my income and savings and everything. So when I go and click into October, normally there's like a screen I can show you for November because I haven't done my November budget yet. So it says start planning for November. So it would have said this for October as well. Since I kind of already pre-planned this, it is in here right now, but I am still using September's budget in these numbers. So that's what's going to be changing for this budget. So I'm going to go ahead and start changing some numbers around. First of all, for my first paycheck, instead of it being $1,936.43, it's going to be $2,038.93. For my second paycheck, this is kind of an unknown at this time. If you saw my last video that I posted about my thrift savings plan, Social Security tax deferment plan, you will notice that it's going to be a little bit different. And hopefully the math that I did in that video is correct. And if it is, then I should be coming home with $1,956.31 or 32, depending on which paycheck it is. Hopefully that this is how they do that. So I'm just going to budget for what I'm calculating, just because I don't know exactly how much I'm going to be making for this second paycheck yet. The next thing I'm going to do is my emergency fund, and I'm putting in the extra $103 here. I'm going to leave that there just because for this first paycheck, it's still reflecting the Social Security tax deferment, and it's not reflecting the thrift savings plan change. So I'm going to leave that in there. It's going to be 103, and then the normal 100 for my emergency fund, and the normal 100 for my USAA savings or fund money account. The next step, I'm going to go into all of my sinking funds, and I'm going to zero all of these out. And once these are zeroed out, I can go back up and fill those in later. So, okay, so these are all zeroed out. I tend to put my savings up top, so I think I just put sinking funds with my savings. When I do my spreadsheets for my paycheck to paycheck, sinking funds tends to be the last category that I fill in. For this year, sinking funds are kind of important to me just because I started later in the year, so I haven't had a ton of time to save up some money for Christmas and the things that are coming out, like my car tags are coming due in December, my Disney Plus membership is due in November, and my Amazon Prime membership is due in January. So I want to be able to fully fund these. And so the plan right now is to put $31 for the first half of the month towards my gifts and holidays, and that should fund for the weddings. We've got 2 weddings that we're attending and a third one that I'm sending a gift for. So that should fully fund that. I wanted to put $125 away for that, and then an additional amount for beginning to save for a Christmas tree for us for this year. My next one is going to be Christmas, so I'm going to put $33 for Christmas. This is not for Christmas decor and stuff. This is for gifts. So this is for things that I'm going to be buying for family and friends throughout the holiday season. And as you can see, my left to budget amount is $34.79. This will be changing as I put numbers in. Obviously it'll go down or it'll go in the negatives if I over budget for something. So hopefully that is not the case. For Disney, I'm doing $1, and then I will be throwing an additional $3 at my house fund. Any leftover money from my grocery budget or my eating out budget will go towards my sinking funds come the beginning of the month. So right now it is September 26th, and I still have a couple more days, so things might still be coming out. I do have some leftover money right now in my cash envelopes, which is great. And if I end up having that leftover money still going into the new month, then I will be able to use that for sinking funds or my debt payments. Moving down, I'm going to be going into my household. So this is like my four walls. If you guys follow Dave Ramsey, that's what he calls it. And for Toledo Public Utilities, I don't know exactly what the bill is going to be coming up in October, so I'm going to budget for $75. And the same for gas. It should be about this much because that's what it was last month, and that's what it is this month, and that's September. And I believe I'm on a budget type plan, so it should be right around the same amount, but I'm going to budget 75 just in case because that number could change. For electricity, my bill has already dropped. It's been published, so I do know the exact amount for that one, and it's going to be $137.20. My internet is going to be back to its normal amount because last month in September, it was lower due to me moving my due dates up. Next is my phone, and that always is the same. I pay that to my mom. I'm on a family plan with my parents. And then moving down to food. So I have my groceries and eating out budgets separated by paycheck. So I get paid on the 1st and the 15th, so therefore I have a first and a second paycheck budget that I use. So groceries 1 is getting $150, and this is the normal amount. And same with eating out is getting $50. That's the normal amount. So I'm going to be leaving these as well, groceries 2 and groceries or eating out 2. They will be the same. Moving down, transportation, travel 1 and travel 2 is the same concept. I have a first and second budget of the month. So the first budget, I'm accounting for $35 in gas, as well as the second budget. And my insurance, I'm going to put in the full amount of what I normally owe for that, just because I don't know if the insurance company is going to be giving me a discount. And now you can see up here, I'm showing over budget. So I need to find out where that's coming from and what that is caused by. So fund money is going to stay the same. My lifestyle, none of these change. I'm actually going to move XM up just because I like having them in price order. And then we're going to go down into debts. So my personal loan is paid off, so I'm not going to owe anything on that. And I'm going to leave it in here because I like seeing that zero number. I like seeing exactly where I've come from. My next card that I'm snowballing into is going to be this Citibank card. And on the Citibank card, as you can see over here, I have $463.50 remaining due on that card. So my goal this month is to pay that off. And now I have $324.61 left to budget due to taking out the amount that I put towards my personal loan the last month. So now I can put $463.50 towards my credit card, and I still have $28.11 to budget. Now my Apple Card minimum payment is $29. I usually put the change towards this so that I have this leftover $29.08. So I'm going to add those together, 29 plus $29.08, which is what I have left. So the $29 for the Apple Card and the $29.08, which is what I have left, added together equals $58.08. If you're wondering why I'm skipping over parents, it's because for parents, I only owe $1,000. So if I give them $500 in October, and I give them $500 in November, which is the plan, I will be paid off to them, and I don't intend to increase the amount that I'm giving them just because I already planned to pay it off in November and I didn't want to skip ahead, and I think that money would be better served towards a credit card. This Apple credit card has $338.16 remaining on it. With this payment, it would bring it down to 338.16 minus 29 will bring me down to 309.16. And I'd like to get that down to below 300 for the month of October. That is my goal here. So with that being said, I'm going to use this leftover 2908 and put it towards my Apple Card. And I'm over budget. Oh, that's why. It's 5808. Okay. There we go. So now it's an every dollar budget, and this one here, even though it won't be paid off, this is my next snowball after this one. So if everything goes as planned, which I'm hoping that it does, and nothing unexpected pops up for this month, my Citibank card will be paid off by the end of October. Opening up all of this money, this $463.50, to go towards my Apple Card. And once my Apple Card is done, which I owe less than that, so once my Apple Card is done, my Amazon card is my next snowball. So with that being said, this budget is complete, and I don't know if anybody here uses this app or this website, but it's free. You can pay for the upgrades, the premium features, and all the Ramsey Plus stuff, but I just use it for the free side of it, which is the budgeting portion. And I really like it because of how they have everything broken down in terms of what I spend my income on. So right now I'm putting 8% towards savings, 2% towards sinking funds, 36% towards my household, which is my 4 walls, 10% towards food, 4% towards transportation, which also includes my car insurance, 1% towards personal, which is just my rent, my monthly spending money for myself. And I do roll this over. So technically, yes, it's $15 per pay period that I give myself. However, right now I have $34 or something like that in my fun money envelope, and that will stay in there. So I'll just be adding the $15 to it. So I'll go back to September because you can see it. Come the end of the month, going into the new month, I'll add money to it. So right now for fun money, I have $32.19 remaining. So as long as I don't spend any of that money in the next couple days, I will still have $32 in that envelope, and then I'll add 15 to that, so it will be $47 in that account. And then if I don't spend that money for some reason, it will be $62. Okay? Continuing on, I'm putting 3% into lifestyle, which is like my apps and my subscriptions and my memberships, taking care of myself. And then I'm putting 37%, which is the highest percentage, towards my debt. And these percentages are rounded up, so they might not add up to 100%, but I'm going to go ahead and add them up just anyways. So we've got 8 plus 2 plus 36 plus 10 plus 4 plus 1. Let me scroll down. Plus 3 plus 37. So it's 101%, which obviously is not 100%. It's a little bit more, but that's just because it's rounded up. But I do like that it gives me the amounts that I have budgeted for each category as well as the percentages. And if I click over here, I can click and see how much I've spent and how much I have remaining of each of these categories as well. I can also do that over here with savings or sinking funds. And I will show you on my September budget how that works because I actually have transactions for these. So for my mortgage, it came out already. So I had $1,477 planned. I have 0 remaining. And if I click and highlight spent, I spent $1,440.77. and it does that throughout all of the categories. So that does it for this budget setup, and I am super excited about this formatting that I'm going to be using. I kind of really like this whole app. I use this app every day, so I like that I get to share that with you guys. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section below. Stay tuned, and I will be doing my paycheck to paycheck budget on the 28th for October 1st paycheck, which is going to be this $2,038.93. I will be doing a debt tracker update on the 29th, and I will be doing my cash stuffing and my weekly check-in for the 22nd through the 30th on October 1st. So please like and subscribe to my channel and this video. I really appreciate every single one of you. Have a great week.